I found out what I really am. I used to think I was just a man. 37 years old, quiet life, rural Oregon. A boring job in town processing data for a logistics firm. The kind of gig that lets you disappear behind a desk. I lived alone in an old farmhouse I inherited from my grandfather. No wife, no kids, no real friends to speak of. Just the silence. The trees and the endless wind through the fields. I liked it that way. Until I didn't. Until I found the room. I'd been living in that house for almost 7 years when I discovered it. Floorboards in the upstairs hallway creaked differently one night. Not like wood complaining, but hollow. That hollow you feel in your chest when something is very wrong. I pried them up. Beneath the boards, hidden by layers of dirt and insulation, was a trapdoor I'd never seen before. It didn't make sense. The house was only one floor. The basement, as far as I knew, was solid cement. And yet this trapdoor opened to a narrow stone staircase descending into blackness that my flashlight barely cut through. The air changed the moment I opened it. It was denser, colder, wet. It smelled like something had been rotting in the dark for years. But it wasn't just rot. It was a smell I couldn't place, like soil from a place I'd never been. I told myself I'd just peek. Curiosity, nothing more. I took a step, then another. By the 10th step down, I could no longer hear the wind outside. By the 15th, my flashlight began to flicker. By the 20th, I was no longer sure I could find my way back. At the bottom was a door. Not wood, not even metal like I have ever seen. It looked rusted, but there was no hinge, no handle. It was covered in chains, each one looped through others like veins. In the center, pinned with a rusted nail, was a piece of parchment. Burned into it were the words, "Do not let him out again." Again! I froze. My hands were trembling, heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. I should have left, but instead I touched the first lock. The metal flicked to my hand, crumbling like dry bread. The next did the same, then another. They fell away one by one as if they had waited. When the last chain clattered to the ground, the door opened on its own. Inside was a mirror. A massive, full-length mirror with a black iron frame. It didn't reflect the room behind me. Only me, or what I thought was me. But the reflection was wrong. The thing looking back at me had my face, but it was thinner, pale like candle wax. Its eyes were bottomless pits, reflecting the light. And when it smiled, its mouth split wide, ear to ear, revealing rows of black needle-like teeth. Something inside me screamed. I turned and ran, climbed the stairs 2 at a time, slammed the trapdoor shut, and nailed it shut with everything I had. I didn't sleep that night, but eventually sleep came. That's when the dreams started. They weren't like regular nightmares. They were memories, but not mine. Visions of ancient halls carved into stone, screaming things that didn't look human. I saw myself, or that version of me, walking among them like a god, a judge, a butcher. I stopped going to work. I couldn't concentrate, couldn't eat. My skin itched constantly, and no matter how hard I scrubbed, it felt wrong, like it didn't belong to me. The mirror began appearing in other places, first in my dreams, then somehow on the wall in my bedroom. I tore it down, shattered it, only to find it back the next day, spotless. I called it Reese. He didn't stay wider than 10 minutes. Said the house was older than its materials, whatever that meant. He refused to bless it.
He told me to leave. I tried. I packed a bag, locked the doors, got in my truck, and I drove. But no matter which direction I went, I ended up back at the house. Even when I smashed my GPS, even when I drive straight through the night, at dawn the driveway was there again, curling through the trees like a snake, leading home. The thing in the mirror was waiting. And then came the notes, slipped under my door, etched into my bathroom mirror with condensation, whispered from beneath the floorboards, "Let go. It's time to remember. You were never meant to forget." I tried killing myself. I won't pretend I was brave. I was terrified, desperate. I tied a rope to the rafters in the attic, stood on a chair, and stepped off. I woke up in bed the next morning. No marks, no rope, just that mirror, waiting. I stopped dreaming. The dreams got worse. I remembered blood, oceans of it, rituals, songs, and languages no human mouth should ever speak. I saw the mirror again and again, always present during the worst moments, not as a window, but a door. I wasn't born 37 years ago. I was released. The family that raised me weren't mine. They found me in the storm cellar, naked, screaming, covered in ash. The adoption records are faked. My parents died when I was 12. A car accident, they said, but now I remember the truth. They were trying to reseal the gate. I killed him. Not as a child, not really. As what I was beneath. A shadow using a body like a glove. It has lived, and they had seen. Then I was dormant, a thing asleep in a body that wasn't entirely human, until the mirror called me again. I remembered. I'm not a man. I'm a vessel. I'm a door. And I've been opened. The townsfolk know it. They don't say it, but they know. They watch the farmhouse run into Stanton. They stop delivering mail. The phone lines no longer connect. The sky above my house is darker than it should be. Stars avoid it. Last night the reflection spoke out loud for the first time. It said, "They buried you in flesh. It's time to be whole again." I don't know how to stop it. My skin is peely. My bones feel like they don't belong inside me. I wake up and bleed as asleep, covered in dirt and blood. Once I woke up with something in my hand. A tube? Not mine. The reflection shows others now. People I don't recognize. Some crying, some screaming, some while having it said, "Come down, fists off," like masks. I don't know if I'm writing this for you or for myself. I just know the trapdoor is open and I didn't open it. I can hear the dead. Something's got me up. Or maybe it's already out. Maybe I'm not writing this at all. Maybe it's using my hands. Maybe I was never the man. Maybe the man was the lie.